Okay, we are live. We are live. This is 5 minutes past 7 o'clock in the evening, and as we scheduled to go live today, we are going to be receiving some rema, some revelations, and the things that we bust our brain from the great Tobore in the house. So good evening to you, wherever you are. If you are in Nigeria, good evening to you. If you're in the US, good wherever you
And
are.
it-
Take greeting as good wherever you are. So today we are going to be talking about how to deal with money, love, and family. How to deal with money, love, and family. A lot of individuals do not know that love really costs money. Today, I wrote a post about condoms and guys that have sex 4 times or 3 times a week, and a pack of Durex is 1,500 naira. By the time you calculate it for a month, that is 6,000 naira just for sex alone. And then you calculate it for 52 weeks in a year. Just do the calculation and see how much you're spending on condoms alone. And there are other things. When you fall in love, there are many costs that are incurred. You have to go and see your babe, you have to go and see your man. You're spending money. You're spending money when you make phone calls and all those mushy things you say on the phone. You're spending money. All right. You're spending money when you want to curry favors from her friend if you're a man. When you go to see your babe, you take your babe to you tell your babe, okay, I want to take you out. And then on the day of the taking out, you see her coming with three of her friends. And she tells you, can I come with my friends? You say, that's fine, it's okay, it's okay. And then you take her there, and as she's spending money eating, three of her friends are also eating. And though it's biting you and paining you, but you are okay with it because you want to be seen as the good guy. And by the time they go back to their hostels or to their homes or whatever, they'll start telling the girl, oh, your guy's a great guy. He's a nice guy. He's nice. All those kind of things will make the lady to believe and say, ah, I think I found the nicest guy on earth. But these are costs. So love comes with costs. And today we have an amazing personality that is going to be doing due diligence and sharing with us how to deal with money, love, and family. Tobore lives here in the city of Port Harcourt. I'm in my office, she's in her house, but she's going to be doing great justice. She's all glammed up, beautiful as ever to deal with this particular topic. Please, guys, what you have to do right now as you're on this live stream, go and click share button, okay? Go and click the share button. Tell all your friends, especially those who are single Pringle, not the married people. We know ourselves. The single individuals who are yet to be married, go and begin to invite your friends. Go and begin to tell them to come. Yeah, I can see a friend of mine, Ikena. You need this message. All of you who are taking girls out and taking men out, you need this message. How to deal with money, love, and family. Love, money can break your family. Money can dissolve all that love that you think you have for someone. All right. For those of us who are married, we are taking decisions rational decisions based on the economy, based on our pockets, and based on our projections. So it's critically important that this topic should be taught to everyone who desires to settle down, who desires to be in love, because it's critically important. Okay. So I hand over now to Tobere to um, introduce herself and then dive straight into the topic for tonight. Get your notepads and start writing immediately. Write down all the points. Tobere, a friend of mine came here today, and while she was seated with me, her name is Onyedikachi, and she said to me
oh,
that those videos that we did, remember the live stream we did some time ago, that she followed
yeah.
all the three of, and she loves your brand, and she has been
Uh,
learning a whole lot about her finances. And I'm saying thank you on behalf of Wendy. Maybe she will be joining us live on this stream. When she comes live, I'm going to put her name on the screen. So please go ahead
uh,
and introduce yourself. I'm going to remove myself from the screen, and then you go all out and teach us, guys. Please share this video. As more people are joining, I'm going to be popping in and telling individuals to share this video because this message needs to reach the ears of every young individual. Okay. So Tobore, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for doing this session with me. Please go ahead and introduce yourself, and boom, let's begin to enjoy the food for tonight.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Emeka. A very warm evening to you, and my greetings to everyone wherever you may be on the surface of the earth or beyond, as the case may be. My name is Tobore Olumoye. I am a personal finance coach. What does this mean? It means I work with individuals to help them achieve their financial goals. I help them set up their financial plans and achieve their dreams, making sure that they do not leave any of the financial planning boxes unchecked. That's what I do. What drives me is a very strong desire to ensure that Black people everywhere achieve their fullest potentials using their personal finances. I am tired of my people, my race, not achieving what they can because they do not have the knowledge of personal finance. It is that singular reason that has kept us as a people, as a nation, as a race, where we are today. Financial literacy is critical, but beyond financial literacy is financial planning and a mastery of personal finance. That's who I am. I have a background in so many things. I don't want to bore you with those details tonight. But I have a lot of experience in personal finance, and I'm going to be sharing some of it with you tonight. Now, in terms of the scope of what we're going to look at today, I have tried to make it very simple: money, love, and family. And again, I'm going to crave your indulgence to try not to make this sound like a seminar or a webinar or a class or a training. I want it to sound more like a discussion. If I make it sound like a training, you might become very tense. So I want you to relax. Let's talk about these things: money, love, and family. If you're on this earth, you will agree with me that these three things constitute a very important part of our diet for happiness. We are all on earth in pursuit of happiness. And if any of these three is lacking, you will agree with me that your pursuit of happiness might be a bit skewed or even tampered with. So, the first thing we're going to look at is you, yourself, and your money. Then we will look at love and we'll wrap it up with family. Like Emeka said earlier, in fact, he kept saying young people, and I'm a bit curious. This conversation is for every single person. Anyone who is an adult is affected by this. Children are affected, but because they don't take decisions on their own, we will leave it with the adults for now. If you're an adult, whether you're single, you're married, you're in love, you're not yet in love, you've been served breakfast or lunch or dinner, this concerns you. So tonight we'll be looking at some very important questions that you probably are not responding to, some questions you've not asked yourself, some questions you may have heard others asking but you have not responded to. We'll be putting out all of those reminders. That's what we'll be doing tonight. Emeka, I'm going to need a favor from you. From time to time, I'm going to be asking if you can hear me because I
Yes,
can't
yes,
see
yes, I'm
anything.
here.
Okay.
I'm here in the
Okay.
background, joining. I don't know if it's possible for you to tell the people on the WhatsApp group that we are live right now so that they can also come to join. Um,
Okay.
is that possible? Are you able
Just
to
give me
scroll on the WhatsApp?
yes, just give me a second. Let me put that message out there.
Let me send you the link right now but guys, in the
Thank
meantime, we share this video right now to your audiences. The share button is just there, and we are live. Just share it to your audience right now and let everybody. So, but I think I'll send you the link on WhatsApp so that it's
Okay,
easier
I've
for you.
sent it. I've sent it now.
You sent it to where?
Uh,
To them?
I've sent it. I've sent the message to them on the WhatsApp group. I'm
Okay.
doing this on my laptop, so
Oh, okay, cool. All right then. Okay,
I'm
so go
fine.
ahead, please. I'm here. Whenever I'll pop in, I keep popping in and out. I just want you to be on the screen fully so that they can enjoy your face and your words. All right. So, guys, please, as I
Okay, that's
said,
fine.
share the video right now, and please get your jotters and everything to be here to learn. Share, share. Please click the share button. Do not be miserly now. Share, 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 please. All right. So go ahead now.
Okay, thank you. So the first thing we're going to be looking at is you and your money. I'll ask you some questions. I'll throw some light around those questions. You need to know what exactly you're dealing with when it comes to your money. For many people, and this might seem like a surprise, you might think it's ordinary, but you might think it's expected, but it's not true. Many of us do not know ourselves with respect to money. What is your character? What is your attitude? What is your mindset? How do you feel about money? How do you treat money? How do you think when you think about money? It's important that you know this because everything you do concerning money will be derived from your attitude, your character. Let me give you a few examples. How do you feel when you are angry? How do you deal with anger? For some people, if they are upset with their spouses, they're upset with their boyfriend or their girlfriend, they go out. They can go for a walk. They can go to a bar. They can go pick up a young girl along the road. They can pick up a man along the road. They react differently. We all react differently when it comes to anger. What is your personality when it comes to anger? How do you manage anger? In responding to this question, you will find out that there are some things you do that have money attached to them. So let's use, for example, someone who is bereaved, for instance, who is grieving, who is upset, who is sad, and says, when I am sad, I cope. My coping mechanism is to binge. I binge on food, I binge on drinks, I binge on comfort food. Comfort food could be gourmet ice cream, could be a very sumptuous meal, could be something, a treat. Now, if you listen to all those words I have used, sumptuous meal, ice cream, drinks, food, they cost money. What I hear you say is you cope with grief by spending money. For some people, when they are angry, they go for a drive. What I hear you say is when you are angry, you burn fuel, you carry out wear and tear on your vehicle by going on a drive. That's how you cope, which is fine, but you need to understand how your personality deals with money, especially the aspects that you don't even think about. You don't think about it with respect to money. When you are angry, how do you cope? Do you shout? When you shout, what have you done? You have elevated your blood pressure, you are angry, you are venting, you are probably worsening your state of health. What I hear you say is that in anger, you have reduced the quality of your health. And by implication, you are going to spend more money remaining healthy down the line? This is the question I want you to answer very honestly with yourself. What's your attitude? How do you cope? How do you deal with stuff? That's the first thing you're going to answer. Remember, we're talking about money and we're talking about you. But can you see how everything you do seems to have a financial implication? The next thing I'm going to ask you will be, what are your numbers? Do you know your numbers? Do you know your revenue? And this is not about your business. I'm talking about your personal finance now. For some people, they are so closely intertwined with their business that one is the other. That's fine. Today, I'm not here to berate you for not separating your business and personal finance. Today, I am here to just ask you to be honest with yourself. What are your numbers? How much do you make? How much do you make every year? How much do you spend? And if you are listening to me on this call and you do not have a budgeting template that is the right budgeting template, you are going to run into trouble because you will not have these numbers. You need to know your numbers to the nearest 1,000 naira or to the nearest $10, whatever works best for you. What are your numbers? How do you make money? How do you spend money? Where does money come in from? For some people, money is not coming in, but they are spending money. As long as you are alive, you will spend money because there's a cost of living. So you are spending money. The money you are spending, where is it coming from? How is it coming in? How frequently is it coming in? You must understand how money comes in and you must do better because for every day you spend on earth is one day closer to the grave, is one day closer to retirement, is one day closer to your non-peak years. You are in your peak years. This is the youngest you will ever be in your life. How are you making use of your youth, your time, your resources, your energy? How much money is coming in? So you need to understand those numbers. Remember, we're trying to find out how to deal with your money the right way. The first thing to do is to know, because when you know it, you can measure, you can monitor, you can take charge, you can control it, and then you can manage it and let it grow. but you can't manage what you cannot measure, right? So you need to be able to measure, have an idea, how much do you spend? How much do you spend on items? What are your costs like? I'll give an example. We have two dogs, right? And before now, a bag, if you know the retail bag of noodle sweeping, the one that is swept off the factory floor, it used to be 3,500. Then it moved to 3,800. Then it went to 4,000. Then it went to 4,500. I went into a pet shop. My husband asked me to buy a bag of food on my way back. That was 2 days ago. And with confidence, I just went to the shelf and picked up the bag. And the lady said it's 5,000 naira. I almost threw the bag down. I said, isn't it cheaper for me to eat this dog than to be feeding dog every 4 days with 5,000 naira? But if you don't monitor those costs, you won't know. To you, it's just, oh, well, it's just a bag of dog food. That's just the dry meal. What about the canned meat? What about the fish? What about the bones? What about the butcher sweepings? All of those things that we buy to feed our pets. If you don't track those numbers, you will not know that you're spending as much as 60,000 naira to feed your dogs. You wouldn't know that you're spending as much as 100,000 naira on transportation to see your parents, or on transportation to see your girlfriend, or on transportation for urgent 2K and all of that, if you don't track those numbers. So I'm asking you, do you track those numbers? You need to begin to track them. You need to begin to have an understanding of how your money flows, how money comes in. And by the way, when we're talking about how money comes in, we're asking, where does money come from? Does money come from when I work, when I give my time, when I give my life, for example, salaried work, where I have to go to work and put in the work to be exchanged for money. So I'm giving my time, my youth, my life for in exchange for a salary. Or am I doing physical labor where I must sweat? By the sweat of my brow am I paid? If I am not there, I cannot earn. Whatever it is, am I a lecturer? Do I have to write before I am able to earn? Am I a musician? Do I have to perform? Am I a content developer? Do I have to create content before I'm paid? Whatever it is, you need to understand it. And you need, please, all the things I'm saying, you need to write them down. This is not a time to say, I make money, sha. Sometimes, sha, I make that kind like 3,000, 4,000. Please, this is not the time. Before the end of this year, and that's why we're doing this now, you need to sit down and put your numbers down. So ask yourself, check all of those and begin to understand those numbers. We're not talking about what you do with those numbers now. We're saying note them down first. The next thing you're going to look at, again, we're still talking about how you're dealing with money. How What are your potentials like? What are your growth potentials like? What collaborations are available to you? What markets are available to you? Where can you grow? Where do you see growth happening in your life? Because now we're looking at income, we're looking at revenue, we're looking at inflow, we're looking at money coming into your ecosystem. Where will money come from? Where are the growth potentials? So currently you're working. So let's say you are a senior process engineer, for instance, or you're a manager of operations, or you are the group head or the regional head of sales, maybe at the peak of your career, and you earn maybe 1.5 million naira a month. Where is the growth potential in what you're doing? How do you move from 1.5 a month to 5 million, for instance? You need to understand and ask yourself and write it down. Where can I grow in what I do? Okay, so currently I'm a content creator. I make 600,000 naira every month. How do I scale my income to double and triple? How do I 10x my income? What can I do? Most times they will find out that if it's just you, there's a limit to what you can do. You cannot, for instance, you are already the regional head of sales. That's the work you do. They pay you for that for 10 hours, maybe 8 hours, maybe 10 hours, maybe 12 hours as a senior staff. There's a much more you can do for that organization, except maybe when it comes to profit sharing and bonuses, but those are beyond you. The question I'm asking you here in terms of your potentials would be, what else can I do with all of the years I have worked in this organization, with all of the knowledge I have acquired, with all of the skills, with all of what I know, with my network, with my traveling, with all of my exposure? How do I translate all of these things I now have as assets to revenue? How do I move? How do I grow? How do I 10x my revenue? Now you're asking these questions, right? And what begins to happen in your mind is that your mind begins to create possibilities. Your mind begins to say, hey, you know what, guys? I've been doing this for 10 years now. I think I can do a lot better. I'm not ready to quit my job yet, but I think there's so much more I can do. Even if I can't do it, I can use collaborations. I can look at the markets, I can look at the trends, I can find out where else in the value chain I can play. You need to begin to look at your potentials. And again, we're looking at how to deal with money. We're looking at you personally first. Okay. The next thing we're going to look at will be your cash flow patterns. Again, I'm going to refer to your budget. For many of you who follow me and who have followed the Mecca over time, there was a time I sold the budgeting template. If you don't have it, please go look for it and get it. And try to avoid overthinking. When I tell you to do something, just leave it, do it the way it is. Do it from first principles. This is not the time to say, oh, I don't use absolutes, I use percentage. Please don't do percentages when it comes to spending. Use your absolute figures. Do not use percentages. This is a challenge I usually have with personal finance. Most people feel they understand their money better than the experts in quote. You are too close to your money, so you cannot see it. It is a third party that can tell you what you're doing wrong. Use absolutes. Don't tell me you're doing 10% of your income on savings, 10% on this. Percentages will keep you in comfort. Percentages will make you relax. When you use absolute, so I'll give an example. If I earn 100,000 naira, for instance, and I save 20,000 naira, I say I want to buy an asset at the end of 2 years. Let's say I want to buy a car. 20,000 naira at the end of 2 years is 480,000. Brethren and sistren, please, can you buy a car for 480,000? But at the back of your mind, you'll be comfortable. Oh, but I'm doing the best I can. I'm saving 20%. But when you know that what you are saving is not percent, you are saving 20,000 naira, you will know that there's work to be done. When you know that I am spending in absolutes, I earn 100,000 naira and I am spending 60,000 naira on feeding, it begins to trigger your mind to say, hey, guys, I cannot afford to remain on 100,000 naira per month salary. Your brain begins to work because you are dealing with numbers, because you are spending numbers. You are not spending percentages. So I'm going to ask you again, what are your cash flow patterns? How do you spend money? When you go to the supermarket, how much do you pay for the tin of sardines? How much do you pay for the pack of noodles? How much do you pay for a bottle of water? Understand how your money flows in terms of outflows and inflows. That's your cash flow. How does money come into your system daily? Please, if you're not earning money daily, I'll be very worried because you are spending daily. How can you not earn daily? How does money come into your system weekly? It's important that you earn money weekly. How does money come into your system monthly? How does money come into your system quarterly and annually? When you start to ask yourself these questions, you cannot sleep. This is not the time to be sleeping. The days to sleep are coming. This is the time to work. Thou sluggard, consider the ways of the ant. This is the time. This is your youth. This is when you should work. The days are coming when you cannot work. This is not the time to say, oh, I've gone to work now since morning. I need to rest or die and I die. You know, all those things we say to console ourselves. Anyway, we don't have enough time. I would have gone into that. But I'm saying to you tonight, you need to begin to look at your cash flow patterns. How does money come in? If there's no money coming in, this is the time to ask, how can I get money to come in? And wherever it is you are earning money from right now, you can earn money from that place weekly. You can earn monthly. You can earn annually. For salaried earners, there isn't much you can do in terms of salary. Your employer is going to pay you per month or twice a month. But this is the time to start to ask yourself, how can I shift this my salary? If you cannot shift it, then you need to understand how much you earn weekly and how much you earn daily, because it's the same salary, and then how much you earn per annum. But you need to understand again that you are very much at risk, because if anything happens to that salary, there will be no cash flow. So find out how money moves, how money leaves your hand, and then I like to say to everyone, no matter how the expense moves, try to get your expenses into a monthly state. If you're on this call, I'm going to ask you, how much is your monthly rent? And that's what the budgeting template does. Every cost is broken down into months. So even if you spend on that item twice a year, if you spend on it once in 3 years, it doesn't matter. Find out the cost per month and put it in your budgeting template so that when you're making provisions, you can provide appropriately for it. So those are your cash flow patterns. Understand your cash flow patterns. The next thing I would need you to take note of would be your future costs. What are the costs you are going to incur in future? You are going to spend money, and chances are you are going to spend more within the next 5 to 15 years. If you are in your 20s, you're going to spend more within the next 5 years, 15 years, even 20, 25 years. Those will be your peak spending years. Do you know the costs you're going to incur? I see many young men saying, "Oh, I'm planning to get married. I found the bone of my bones and the rib of my ribs." Ah, we show rib of ribs. Do you know the implication of marriage? It's going to cost you money. It incurs several costs. Your rent will go up, your cost of living will go up. You're going to bring children into this world if God blesses you with them. You're acquiring new parents, you're acquiring siblings in law, you're acquiring issues that were none of your business ab initio. All of these costs are your future costs. You need to sit down and understand those costs. So when I see people spending a lot of money in the present, I just smile because your future costs are waiting for you. But it's your cost. You are the one in the space. Understand your future costs. Take note of them as much as you can. There are some that are beyond you. That's why you need to also plan for emergencies. Okay. So understand your future costs. So all of these are understand yourself, your character, your numbers, your potentials, your cash flow patterns, understand your future costs. All have to do with understanding yourself, right? The next thing you need to do, number two, number one was to understand what you're dealing with, understanding yourself, right? Number two, you need to set up your money curriculum. I wish I was in a class. I would say, what did I say? Set up your money curriculum. What does that mean? You need to have a plan for learning about money. I see many of you, you learn about different things. You pay money for courses, you pay money for the university, you pay money for a master's, you pay money for this and that. Please, can you add a personal finance curriculum to your curriculum? Understand money. You can say, oh, this year is divided into 3 terms. The first term is 4 months. In the first month, I am going to understand everything about computation of interest. I want to understand simple interest. I want to understand compound interest. I want to know how money works. I want to know how money gains. That's what I want to. I don't want to know anything more than that. But month one, my curriculum is interest, understanding interest as a lender, as a borrower, as a giver, as a taker. Understand simple interest, understand compound interest. Just understand interest. You can say month two, I want to understand bonds. Month three, I want to understand government issued instruments. I want to understand treasury bills. I want to understand sovereign bonds. Whatever it is your curriculum. Draw it up. Please have a curriculum for money. It is such an important thing. So please explain to me why on earth you are not learning about it. Some people do not know how to compute interest. So how do you know whether your bank is paying you the right amount of money? And you want to be a billionaire. Who is going to give you a billionaire if you cannot understand money? Who, where you, who, how? And even if you get it, those who understand money will collect it from you for the simple reason that you do not have an understanding. And so you cannot manage your finances. So the second thing I'm going to say to you is have a money curriculum, understand money, okay? Then have a curriculum too for offering your services. So as you have a money curriculum to understand, right? Have another one for offers. The offers I'm going to create at the end of this year. Or this year, okay, I cannot create any offers because I hear a lot of people saying, oh, they know this, they know how to do this. It can be very intimidating when people like Emeka Novice will come online and say, create a course, write a course, write a book, launch an ebook. And you feel frustrated because you don't even have, they keep saying from monetize your knowledge, but you don't have any knowledge to monetize. So your curriculum can be, I want to build on knowledge. I want to build on experience. I will offer my services for free. I will understand at the feet of the master. I will go and learn. I will go and become an apprentice. I want to have something to share. I want to share how to see shege and survive shege in Nigeria. That's what I want to study. That's what I want to share. Whatever it is, have a curriculum for that learning, for that experience, so that you can share it. And then you need to create diverse offerings of your curriculum. So when you have decided that, okay, I'm going to spend the whole year 2023, nobody should pressure me, nobody should stress me. The whole year 2023, I want to develop one skill. I want to become an expert soprano singer, for instance. That's all I want to do. So that by 2024, I can sell that skill. I can put it in a package that can be sold. That's your curriculum, and that's the offering you are going to create. So you need to be able to create diverse offerings. If you are a salaried person, you should be able to say, okay, right now I'm only earning a salary, but from next year I want to start creating offerings. I want to be able to do other things. I want to tell people coming behind me ways to navigate the banking sector. I want to tell people coming behind me ways to navigate industrial plants. I want to tell people coming behind me ways to manage your PPE so that it lasts longer. Whatever it is you are doing on a daily basis is building your experience. Create some form of offering around it. Okay. Number three, number two was to create offerings and a curriculum, right? Number three, evaluate
Okay,
your
ma, before you go
journey
to number
so
three,
far. Okay. Hi,
um,
Emeka.
we have people live here on Lightning. Okay, so let me so thank you. Modupe Hirim is saying, they're dropping comments here. Modupe Hirim again, mommy doing more. Set up your morning curriculum. Fantastic, all right? Betty saying, Betty Inya, good evening, mom. Your book on budgeting was so helpful. Chigozie Amadi, so much loaded in a short time. This is interesting insight. Yeah, a lot more to come. Good evening, watching from Warri. Fantastic. Good evening, watching from Lagos. Amos, I love the way you teach. You ask deep questions. Of course, I told you guys ahead of time. Okay, Modope hearing me saying thank you, Emeka. Thank you for this live broadcast. Thank you very much for you guys coming on board. Okay, so guys, right now, please just click the share button. All right. Chijoke Chris, as you are enjoying what you're enjoying right now, let other individuals come to enjoy. Let's have close to 200 people on this live stream right now. Okay, go and share. Make a post on your timeline. Invite people right now. All right, let them come and be partake in this training. All right, it's like a training, even though it's a live stream. It's a training that we are doing right here. Okay, so go ahead right now. Taiwo, thank you. Value loaded watching from Ogun State. Please go ahead right now and invite your friends. Tag them in the comment section. Share this video. Share it. Share it. That's the last time I'm seeing only 5 shares. Man, how can we be 33 here right now watching? And there are only 5 shares. It means that you're holding back from sharing. It's absolutely not good. One of the things that can help you in brand building is your ability to share good knowledge, the things that you're enjoying with other people. That's how I build my stuff. That's how I build my personal brand. And people keep asking, how do you do the magic? So this is what I'm telling you right now. Please go ahead and click the share button. Invite your friends, tag them in the comment section, let them come and partake in this training. All right, guys. So please go ahead, number three, ma'am.
Okay, Emeka, can you still see me?
Yes, I can see you, but you are frozen.
I'm
I
frozen, right?
can't. Yeah,
But you can hear me.
yeah, I can hear you, but I don't know why you are frozen.
Okay,
Do you want
maybe
me to remove you so that you can?
okay, because you are also
Okay, guys. So she'll be back on the live stream. I will bring her back again. But if you can drop the things that you've learned so far in the comment section, I will pop them up on the screen. What have you learned so far on this live stream, guys? What have you learned so far on the live stream? Okay. As she's refreshing the link, and we'll be back again. So, what have you learned so far on this live stream? Okay. What have you learned so far from the live stream? I can see a lot of people joining. And if you have not shared the live stream, please go ahead and share this live stream right now. Okay. Um, but we're hearing mommy to the more create curriculum for the offers you plan to make. Fantastic. Okay. All right, guys, please go ahead and share. Let me get her back on the live stream. I think network has knocked her off. Okay, so let's share. Let's share what have we learned so far in the past 35 minutes that we have she has been teaching us. What have you learned so far, right? Drop in the comment section. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, I'm seeing people dropping what they have learned so far. Taiwo is saying there's a need to learn I can about money and count my future cost in youthful age. Okay, that's fantastic. Promise Nicholas, money curriculum, simple interest and compound interest. Fantastic. You're saying that this is deeper than you thought. Absolutely. I don't bring people who don't have sense on my timeline to come to teach you. So I bring individuals who have depth of intelligence to come to teach you the the knowledge that they've got, everything that they have acquired over the time that they're on earth. So those are the kinds of individuals that I bring here to teach you. Okay. All right. Um Chinaza, okay, sorry, Chigozie Emmanuel. Thanks a lot. Learned the importance of developing a money and service curriculum. I'm very grateful. You're doing a great job, sir. Thank you very much. Be intentional about learning new things. You are from Bielsa. Fantastic. I don't know why she's taking some time to pop up. Let me get her back on the screen. Guys, just give me a while. Okay, relationship, Stanley Ojika. Relationship marriage is expensive and you need to plan for it. Plan into next year, a curriculum for a skill, and intend to learn. Then sell it in the future to add to your streams of income. I'm learning. Fantastic. Okay, guys, just give me a while. I'm talking to her to get her back on the live stream. I think her laptop is having some issues, but she'll definitely be back. So hold on. Go ahead right now. Use the time that you're waiting for her to come back to share this live stream to your audience. Invite your friends to also come to participate. Okay, promise Nicholas. Putting your money in segments daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly. I was sleeping all this while. Yeah, when you come into new knowledge, all right, when you come into profound knowledge, it changes your life. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I bring people here to come to teach us and to come to share with us. That's why we are here. Okay, so please go ahead and drop your comments, and I'll be putting your comments on the screen while I wait for Otobore to be back. Yeah, she's back again.
Hi, I had to use a different device. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. So go ahead, man. You are number
Okay.
three.
Okay. I'm so sorry, everyone. Technology was showing me today. Okay. So number three, you need to evaluate your journey. So far, what have you done from the beginning of the year? For a lot of people, at the beginning of the year, you start with, oh, Happy New Year. This is the year where I'm going to be serious about my money. This year, I'm not going to joke, no jonesing. This year, I'll be focused. Evaluate your journey. All of those things you said you were going to do, have you done them? Are you doing them? What new things have you learned with regards to your personal finance? Remember, we're talking about your money right now. What new things have you learned? What new income pool have you built? What new ways are you making money? How many steps have you added to your financial plan? So if you don't have a financial plan, please, this is the time to set one up. We really cannot be having a conversation around setting financial plans up at this time of the day. If you don't have one, at the end of this class, I'll show you an easy way to set one up. How many new steps have you added to your financial plan? These are the three questions you should have at the top of your mind. Now, the fourth question is, it's not even a question, it's a, it's a statement. Think every decision you take through. So I'll phrase it as a question. Are you thinking your decisions through? These decisions you make, and you ask me, what do you mean by thinking decisions through? Let me give a few common examples. You're a young guy, you've got a job. Okay, so you finished school, you're done with school, you've graduated, you just got a job offer for 200,000 naira. You're a big boy. From 19,000 alawi to 200,000 a month, you have that. And you hear civil servants are earning 50,000. In your mind, you've blown. But that's not where the problem is. Because you're now a big boy, it's very embarrassing and annoying when your mother looks at you and says, "Hey, Andrew, go and help me buy okra from the market." You'd be like, "Only please excuse me." It's like you don't know who I am. I am self-employed. I am a big boy. But there's no respect for you. Why? Because you're at home. They're still seeing you as Andrew in secondary school. And you're not Andrew in secondary school. You are now Andrew, the salary earner. And then you get irritated. You come back home at 8 o'clock, your father is asking, "Where are you coming from?" And you're upset. You say, "You know what? I don't blame you guys. It's because I'm under this roof with you. Guys, am I speaking to you? I know I am." And then in your anger and pride, you say to yourself, "You know what, guys? I need my what? Independence." And then you step out of your parents' house or out of your parents' home. That decision you have made to step out of your parents' home, it might look like a simple decision, but that decision will begin the journey of financial pressure that you may never come out of. The minute you rent an apartment, there are costs that were none of your business. They become your business automatically. Cost of rent automatically means that the day you pay that rent, your rent starts counting. You will buy drink for landlord. You will pay agent. Because you now have a new house, you need to buy curtains because you can't leave your window open. You need to change the locks to the house because you don't trust the old locks. You need to paint because you're not happy with the paint. You need to buy a mattress because you can't sleep on the floor. You need a sofa or at least a rug in your living room. And if people are sitting on rug in the living room, you need to watch television. And if you're watching TV, you need to subscribe to whatever it is you want to subscribe to, cable TV or internet TV, whatever it is you want to subscribe to. Now you have a space of your own. When my gender starts to visit you, the first day they will come without any bag, they'll come with nothing, right? When they come, they will stay a bit, they'll stay maybe 5 minutes. I'm like, "Oh wow, your house is nice." But you'll be embarrassed because there's nowhere for her to sit except the rug. So she will go away. The next day she's coming. She'll come with a small handbag. Inside that handbag, there are a few things. And then she stays. Then you say, "Ah, it's late, so I don't know if I can stay over." Brethren, if she stays over, another cost will come. And where are all these costs coming from? Because you decided to leave your parents' house. So you get a new apartment, the girl stays over. And when she stays over, the first day you will eat out. The second day she says to you, "Hey, Andrew, I'm not sure we should be eating out. I think I can make a meal for you." Brother in Christ, hey, hey. If she makes a meal for you, what does that mean? You're going to buy pot, you're going to buy gas cooker. If you buy gas cooker, you're going to buy gas. If you buy pot, you're going to buy sponge, you buy soap, you buy scoring powder, you will you will buy spoon, you will buy ladle, you will buy bowl, you will buy basin, you will buy cutlery. The first day you eat on the floor, by the second day you need dining table. Are you seeing the costs you're acquiring because you said you didn't want to stay in your father's house? She cooks for you the first day. The second day, she will sweep for you. By the third day, when she's leaving, she will leave handkerchief. The fourth day, when she's leaving, you know what and what will happen. Before you know, she will tell you she has given you 7 years of her life. You have to marry. As you decide to marry, your problems will start. Let me not call them problems, your challenges. And why are all these things happening in quick succession? Because you decided to move out of your parents' home. So I'm asking you in question number 4. Are you thinking your actions through? Are you thinking your decisions through? Every decision you make has effect, it has ripple effects. The examples are many. If you decide to get a car, for instance, the monthly cost of maintaining a saloon car let me use Port Harcourt, in Nigeria on Port Harcourt Road is about 100,000 naira per month. That is the monthly cost. So whatever it is you're doing every year, just divide it by 12. This does not cover the cost of depreciating the assets to replace it at the end of 4 or 6 years. That cost is not covered. This is just servicing, maintenance, fueling, routine repairs that happen once a year, change of battery, tires. By the time you annualize and divide by 12, that's what it comes to every month, about 105,000 naira, because you decided to buy a car. So you need to think your decisions through. If you decide to divorce your partner, for instance, as you take the decision to divorce because you can no longer stay together, there are financial implications. If you have children, who is going to bear the cost of raising these children? And I'm going to speak to women when it comes to this. Many women are very quick to say, you know what, I'm just tired. You should just carry it while I'm go. I don't want to do again. I don't want. I just take my children. I will go and live our life in peace. I'm just tired. That decision you're making because you're tired has a financial implication. If you go to my page, I did a simple analysis on Instagram where I analyzed the cost of raising a child. Education is about 26 million per child. You have 2 children, 72 million. It's the cost of training them in school in Nigeria. And they are saying you should go away, you want to live your life, go there. He has a duty to take care of the education of his children. But if you said to him you don't want it while again, you should go, he will go. But you need to understand the financial implications of that decision. There are so many of those decisions. When you make a promise to someone, I will help you, I will support you. A promise is a debt of honor. It means you carry a burden of debt on you. You will pay. If you don't pay physically, you will pay emotionally, you pay spiritually, but shall you will pay sure. All of those decisions to take action to or not to take action, they all have financial implications. So number 4, I'm going to be saying to you is that you should think your decisions through every decision you want to make. So these are the 4 points I'm going to say to you to dwell on when it comes to you and your money. Now let's talk about you and love. Yeah, I'm going to ask you the first question. Where your heart they carry you to go. For those of you who are not Nigerian, who cannot understand what I just spoke is pigeon. Where is your heart taking over? Where are you going? Where's your heart leading you to? You need to be very careful. Ask your heart because when you are in love, your hormones are all over the place. They are raging. You really believe within you that if you don't marry this person, you will die. If it's not this person, if I like the sun will not rise. Foul. The sun will rise and it will set. It will rise yet again. But in that state, your heart is saying, I want to carry you. My heart wants to leave you. But you need to ask your heart, where are you taking me? Then, for those of you, your heart has carried you. I'm going to ask you, where did your heart take you to? Where has your heart dropped you? These are questions you will answer. And for all of these, you will write them down. Where has your heart led you? What is the cost implication of this heart journey? So now you've fallen in love. I've released a book, and that book has detailed analysis of the cost of love. Love is expensive. From when you start saying, "Oh, this girl likes me," you start making up. You start rubbing powder. When you're a man, you start carving your bed. You start growing a bed. You start changing hairstyle. You start starching your shirt. You start tucking in. You start buying new belts and new shoes because you like a girl. Those are all financial implications. You need to check what is the cost implication of falling in love. By all means, fall in love. Love is a beautiful thing. I am in love with my darling husband. Love is a beautiful thing. But we have done the analysis. and our eyes are very clear. So please, before love carries you to where you don't know, ask yourself, what is the cost implication of your love life? I gave an example in the book. For those of you who have read the book, you know the story I'm talking about, the young man who fell in love. And at the beginning of the love journey, he quickly truncated the love because he knew that his heart could not carry the burden of that love. Another question you need to ask yourself, and these questions are for you to be as honest as possible with yourself. Is your partner an asset or a liability? This person you're in love with, is the person an asset? Is he an asset or a liability? Is she an asset or a liability? Don't worry, you're not writing the answer for them to see. You're asking yourself. And it's fine if the person is a liability, it's fine, it's love. But what that means is that you know that this load you are ready to carry if the person is a liability. Let me give you an example. I've met a couple of ladies who have said, look, when I get married, my husband is the one that came to carry me from my father's house. I did not force him, I did not beg him. Now he come say he won't carry me, now he won't marry me. I do not plan to work. I do not plan to stress myself. My work is to be his wife. My work is to take care of his home. My work is to ensure that the stipend my father was giving me, he can 10x it or 5x it, whatever it is, that is my work. He should not even try and stress me. If he cannot afford me on this sense, he should carry his wallet and be going. I cannot marry. So the girl is clear from the beginning that she's not planning to work. So if you have fallen in love with such a girl and you are clear and you are both clear, then you understand the cost implications ab initio. For some men, they have said that, see me, as I came to this life, I cannot stress myself. In fact, let me shock you guys. I was on radio I think that was last year, just after the lockdown. Last year, I went on air. At the end of the program, I got some text messages. At least two different young men, two, sent me text messages, me, Otobore Olumoye, to help them look for sugar mommy that will sponsor their way through life, that they don't want stress at all. Two different, unrelated young gentlemen. So in case you think this things I'm saying are theory, be there thinking so. There are men who are saying, I don't want stress. I want a woman that will just come and absorb me into her cash flow. My work is to be a fine baby boy. So ask yourself, the person I have carried on as my yoke, the person I want to be yoked to, the person I want to carry as my partner on this journey, is a person an asset or a liability? Because your response will affect your your response will affect your love life, your money life, and of course, your family life. For those of you who like to do multiple love, I know guys who say, my love is very difficult. I cannot love only one woman because of the size of my love. In fact, the bigness of my love. I can't love only one woman. I'm thinking now, how do I do? It's not as if I want to be promiscuous, but they don't let me rest. I say to such people, do you understand the cost implications of multiple lovers? There's a cost implication. Do the math. If one is 15,000, two is not 30,000. But please understand that two is like 50. And if you are fine with it, that's fine. Just understand the cost implication because it will affect you. Remember, it is not affecting your present cost, it will affect your future cost. The cost of training a child every month is about 80,000 naira a month. So if you are spending 150,000 naira on drinks for your girlfriend over one weekend, understand that that is your child's school fees you have drunk in one evening. It's important that you understand your numbers. So multiple love partners is expensive. And by the way, whatever I say to the guys applies to the girls as well. Then marriage is expensive. Many people say, oh, you know what, I want to get married. And I'm going to take the churches up on this. You tell people, oh, come and marry, it's important, love, raise a family, it's good to bring people up in the godly way. I'm looking at all your marriage class curriculum. I'm not seeing anywhere where there's personal finance. And then these people get into marriage and it's a shocker that nobody told them that it's money they're going to spend inside this institution called marriage. It's billion per billion. In fact, from the day you say I do, you don't, because the billion starts. You pay money to go and visit her people, you pay money when you get to see the people, you pay money to pay transport, you are paying. And then you think that okay, once the marriage is over, hey, let me rest. You cannot rest. But you know she's pregnant. From the day she's pregnant, you are spending money. You are going to hospital, prenatal, postnatal, durinatal, all natal. All of this is billing. Then she born the pikin. That is when the real jagger starts. So that's marriage for you. And by the way, it's not just your family. Before you know, oh, she has mother, she has father. Before you know, mother has died, you bury. Father has died, you bury. Sister, cousin, one person crisis. And if you're a big brother, you marry the sister. You are a member of the family. Before you know that your extended family, they'll come and start visiting you. As they are visiting, they're going to eat. As they are eating, they are paying transport. All of this, what this has said to you is that as you get married, your family is double or triple. These are the implications of marriage. By all means, marry. Marriage is beautiful, but it's important that you understand it so that there are no blind sides, there are no blind curves. It doesn't throw you into a spin and you don't get frustrated. If you understand the implications of money and marriage, you go in better prepared. You understand what you're going in for, and you make far better decisions. So I wrote a book, the money side of love, where I broke down every single thing I've said. In fact, it's a wonderful book from beginning to end. I've got churches saying they're booking copies. The physical books will be available on the 10th of December. When the books come out, it is a book everybody should read. If you are married, if you know someone who is married, if you plan to marry, if you're in love, if you've been out of love, whatever, if you're an adult, please just look for that book and buy it and read it. The e-copy is available. For those who have read it, they said my phone is full of testimonials. Why? Because I persist love and money. Because I have a lot of experience dealing with clients and my own love life, my own family, my own marriage, and the family I come from. Most of these things, nobody talks about them. I'll just wrap up this by saying that on the day of your wedding, a lot of people will come out and spray you. Nobody frowns at you on your wedding day. They will be dancing with you. Hey, congratulations. It's a miracle day. It's a beautiful day. Everybody's singing and dancing. Nobody will call you to one corner and say, hey, this place that you have entered, so billing, they won't bother telling you because they're telling you will not enter. But it's my duty to ensure that you go in better prepared and better positioned. The last one we'll talk about, and I'll try to speed this up, but I'm really sorry about technology and how it messed us up this evening. I will quickly talk about family. In your family, and here I'm going to be a bit very straightforward. I'm going to try to be as straightforward as possible. Who are you in your family? Who are you? What's your relevance? And I will start with the men. The bashing is going to start with the men. Dear man, you are the head of the home. Please, in this class or in this conversation, let's try to take away all of the sentiments of, oh, man and woman are equal, children are equal to parents, everybody is a partner. Let's leave that one first. Let's deal with it as the traditional family setting. So I'm starting with the man. You are the head of your family. You stand in the gap. You are the representative of your family. When people come and ask, who is the head, who is in charge? Because someone has to be in charge. Who is in charge of this family? You step forward. You will answer the name man. Dear man, manna from heaven. How far? Are you pulling your weight? Who are you in your family? In terms of your finances, in terms of decisions, in terms of the quality of life your family is living, what are you doing? Who are you? How relevant are you? Are you a general or you are a pawn? Are you a general or a foot soldier? Are you the king or you are a servant? Who are you? Define yourself. And that definition, when you define yourself, please can you take up your role with the seriousness it deserves? Too many families are in a mess because the men are not standing up and playing their duties as men. Dear husband, dear Oga, dear family head, please know your place and do your duty. Carry your duty, your burden, your load. Carry it with dignity, with honor. Go out there and fend for your family, protect your family, defend your family, provide for your family, be focused. These are not the times to be distracted. These are not the times to say, oh, and she said she's a woman and I should be, you're just being lazy. Please, can you go out there and fend for your family? I'm asking you, who are you? And then, Madam Mrs., dear wife, Dear mother of the home, do you know who you are? You are the nurturer. You are the chief operations officer of that family. If your function fails, the head cannot function. It's as simple as that. He's just a chief executive. You are the operations officer. You are in charge in deed and in truth. Dear madam, do you know everything your husband knows? Can you step in the gap where he fails or where he becomes weary? Can you play the role of temporary head of house? Can you? So why are you COO? Madam, those children are relying on you for nurturing, for guidance. Even the man that claims to be head of house, this is not a marriage counseling class. But because all of your activities affect your finances, it is critical that you take on your roles with the seriousness it deserves. How can you be the mother of the house? You don't understand money. Your husband makes money, you don't know, you don't know how to manage. He gives you 1 million this month. Next month, he's paying staff salaries. The third month, he's helping you fund your goods from Dubai. The fourth month, he's repainting your shop. Excuse me, Madam COO, are you a business owner or you're a bleeding pipeline? What are you? These questions are for you to answer. I'm not going to answer them for you. I've answered them myself. And they have shown me the way. I have taken the corrections and I have moved. It's time for you to move. It's time for you to be honest with yourself. Dear child, your parents have given up virtually all of their life earnings to train you. They've sent you to the best of schools. They've given you the best of opportunities. Please, what is the return on that investment to them? What do you have to show for it? They spent all of their life instead of going on vacation and cruises. Yes, you can tell me, oh, it's their duty. Excuse me, it's not their duty. If they say they will not do, nothing will happen. Their children sleeping on the streets and nothing has happened. The state will take care of them in terms of security or not, and nothing will happen. Your parents have denied themselves. They have given you a platform. Most of them far better than the ones their parents gave them. What 20 years of your life acquiring an education? What have you done with it? For many of you, you are still. Are you going to get up, man up or woman up, and face the music? The decent child that you are. So who are you? How relevant are you in your family? The next question I'm going to ask you, under love and family and marriage and money, the next question I'm going to ask you as a family member, whose costs are you bearing? It's important that you know, Mr. Man, macho man, I know you are tempted to say, you know what, I cannot tell my wife everything because women don't understand. They become very reactive. They don't understand. Before you know, she'll start to carry face. Before you know, she'll start to bring up. I will not tell her. But I have this, my cousin's daughter that is in trouble. I have to sponsor her education, but my wife doesn't know. Oh, this is my family problem. Let me give them, let me rest. But my wife does not know. That's fine. But when you are budgeting, understand that if you paid primary school fees for that child, you are duty bound to pay secondary school. It is the secondary school fees. It is the worst mistake or worst deed or the most inhuman deed you can do to a child. That you'll pay primary one school fees and you'll not pay primary two. It is unfair. So what costs are you carrying? And if you're carrying that cost, do you not understand the implication? Carry it with your full chest. Same thing with the women. Most of you, the guy will give you 100,000, you will use 80,000 to do the run around, 20,000 you smuggle to your family. That's fine. If you have chosen to do that, that's fine. But understand that when you start on that journey, you should be ready to complete it because the person you are funding is dependent on you. So don't start something you will not finish. People say meat you don't eat. Then now they take teeth, divide them. Meat will person not the chop, they take teeth, divide them. That thing that you cannot start or you cannot complete, please do not begin it. So which costs are you bearing? It's important that you know them, you understand them, you understand the long-term implications. And while you are doing this, the next thing I'm going to say to you, pay attention to dependence costs. You have dependents. Please, your dependents are not just your husband, wife, children, mother, and father. You know your dependent, you know them. The cleaner in your office that you try to give 2,000 every month, she's depending on you. That gate man that you give 100 naira every month, he's depending on you. Be consistent with your gifts. I talked a lot about all of these. I'm trying not to go into too much detail because in the book it is so well explained. It's a book that if you've not read it, you can finish. Even people who don't read have finished the book in 2 days. It's unput downable. It is something. It's a resource. I broke down all of these, even gifts, giving, how to give properly, how to give consistently in a way that blesses you. So be conscious of your dependents, pay attention to them. There are people depending on you. It is unfair that they depend on you in the first month, you give them, the second month, you don't give them. Then let them know so that they don't become dependent on you. If they are your dependents, carry them. And the last thing I'm going to say on that family is something that many people are not very conscious about. Be very conscious of the long-term health implication of your family and your dependents. Be conscious of it. Something that can turn you from a billionaire to a pauper overnight is medical. I know many people are not on medical insurance. I don't understand. How can you pay out of pocket for health? How rich are you? Even the wealthy people have health insurance. You don't have medical insurance. You don't have any insurance. Please, if you're on this call or you listen to the replay, you don't know how to go about insurance, please send me a message in the WhatsApp group. From the WhatsApp, if you're not on the WhatsApp group, when I open it, join the WhatsApp group now. And then when I open it, send me a message and I will explain to you how to do it. How can you not have medical insurance? Health is something that drains you without your knowledge. For my mother is hypertensive. Her blood pressure medication every month is 12,500 naira. I know because we pay for it. 12,005 out of pocket. Blood pressure medication. It's not covered by HMO. So for you, what medical insurance do you have? Your dependents, what medical insurance do they have? Ensure that all those who depend on you, your family members, even yourself, if the days are coming when you will not be so healthy, ensure that that aspect of your life is covered and provide adequately for it. So if you do these things, and remember I said at the beginning there's going to be a chat, we try not to make it too formal. Money, love, and family will be an exciting place for you to dwell. Your money will be able to stimulate the love in your family, and your family will live happily ever after. The end. Emeka, it's over to you. Is Emeka still with us?
Amazing. I'm here. I've been here listening and at the same time
Okay.
learning new things. So, guys, I think it has been an amazing time with everyone. We have done 1 hour 7 minutes. She's a reputable public speaker, so she has tried to put it concisely within the time that we've got. Please, I want you all to go and follow her on her timeline, and there is a pinned post that is on her. Please, Otobere, tell us how we can follow you and how we can go ahead to get to
Okay.
the pinned post.
Okay. Let me type my Facebook. Can everyone see me? Emeka, can you see? Maybe you should help me type it just to be on the safe side
I
because I
will
don't
help.
think everyone can see.
Yes, I will
Okay.
type it.
Otobore Upaka Olumoye.
I'm coming.
Otobore. Okay.
Just a second. Okay, so it's showing on the screen right now.
So that's for Facebook. Then on
Yes,
Instagram,
for
it's just
Facebook.
Otobore Olumoye. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Tell us how we can.
So for
It's scrolling
Instagram,
on the
it's
screen
at,
at the bottom point.
okay, at the bottom. Okay. So
Yeah,
fantastic.
because
Where
I
you
know that
get
the
in touch
pin
with
post
me.
is on your Facebook, right?
That's right. It's there. So you please go to my page, the pinned post, join the WhatsApp group where I'll take questions because I'm sure we won't be able to take all the questions here. And for those who will be watching this after the live broadcast, you can reach out to me from the WhatsApp group. It's going to be an opportunity for you to ask me questions free of charge. I usually charge for questions and consultations, but because you're on this call and you have access to this call, please join the WhatsApp group. I will respond to your questions and I will make you an incredible offer in the WhatsApp group alone. If you're not on the WhatsApp group, you will get my items at the right prices because I'm also watching my numbers. But for those who are on the WhatsApp group, I will make you an offer tonight. And it will be important for you to take up that offer and just start enjoying the benefits. others have already begun to enjoy. My phone number is on my page. If you go through my page, you'll see my phone number somewhere. Just it's the only number I have. So just go ahead and join the
Ma,
WhatsApp group. You'll see my number too.
what if you do? Maybe I don't know if you can have 10 to 15 minutes of people who have questions to ask at this. I
Oh,
don't know if you.
okay.
So,
Okay,
guys,
that's fine.
we can have 15 minutes for her to answer questions. So, if you've got a question, please drop it in the comment section now. Maybe two, three questions, and we will be done for today. It's 8:15 p.m. right here in the city of Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Okay, so if you've got question, please drop your question, and she will answer two, three questions that we can do in 15 minutes. I can see a whole lot of comments. Fantastic. It shows that a lot of individuals have been learning. It's amazing. Sorry, NEPA has done its,
People,
they have done
that's
their
fine.
bit.
I can hear
So,
you.
all right. So,
Oh,
okay. So,
Emeka, by the way, well done. You've been in the office since morning.
thank
Goodness
you.
me. Oh,
Yes, I've been in the office
thank
this
you so
morning.
much.
No problem at all. Let me put this on my face so that we can. All right. So, I think it's a warning that I should go home because this guy has put off the generator
Okay,
at 8:30.
at
So, maybe
8, I
they should
guess.
go ahead and join the
Okay, you can join the WhatsApp group.
group and ask all their questions there. So, guys, please go to her Facebook timeline. Okay, go to her Facebook timeline. Otobore Upaka Olumoye. Okay, and there's a pin post on her
Oh, Emeka,
timeline.
you put a K on my father's name, please. UPAKA.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Sorry, let me
For the arrest.
let me correct that at the moment. It's
Okay,
UP,
that's
right?
fine.
Okay.
Yes, UPAKA. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so it's correct now.
Thank
Upaka.
you.
All
Yes,
right.
correct now.
So, all right, guys. So I think we have to call it a day. And
Okay.
thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. Sorry that I have a light on my face. This is what we are suffering in Nigeria. We have to vote in the right kinds of individuals so that we have power 247. Now I have to do with the generator is off because they have to conserve
So,
diesel, right? So thank you everyone for tuning in. And if you are
thank
just joining us, please go ahead and share. You can still share this video to your timeline right now. Share this video to your timeline and let a lot of individuals also be part of what we have done this tonight. And please, most importantly, go and follow her on her timeline so that you can join the wait list and also partake in the offers that she's got and fantastic offers that she's got. She's my personal financial advisor, and I can tell you, if you're able to plan your life correctly, especially with your finances, trust me, there are a whole lot of things. I have my medical insurance, I have my children insurance, and in case anything happens, certain responsibilities can be taken care of. I want that for yourself and for your life, even before you get married or even as you are married. Okay. So thank you very much, Ma, for this wonderful session
thanks,
as usual.
Emeka.
A great teacher, fantastic smile on your
Thank
face,
you.
lovely mien, and lovely disposition you have always given to our sessions. Thank you, and
Thank
God
you so
bless you
much.
for writing the book.
Thanks,
And
Emeka. Thanks so much. Thanks,
this book will.
everyone. Thank you. I wish you lots of wealth.
Thank you very much, Ma. Well done,
All
and
right, then.
goodbye to everybody from here.
Goodbye, everyone. Good night.